Fifth, the first baseman, number 4, Zach Fitcher. Batting sixth, the shortstop, number 11, Cale Corsi. Batting seventh, the left fielder, number 34, Bryce Dowell. Batting eighth, the third baseman, number 21, Cale Weimer. And batting ninth, the designated.
Good evening again from Crawfordsville High School on the Athenian baseball field. We're about ready to go with game number 2 here with the Athenians hosting the Bruins from Tri-West. Actually in game 2, however, the Athenians will be playing as the visiting team. So we see the Bruins on the field.
Number 17, Riley Bennett. Batting fifth, the designated hitter, number 15, Brady White. White will be hitting for starting.
PA announcer David
Boulder. Batting sixth, the starting
Raynard up there just now, finishing up with the lineup, so we'll get back over those. But we're ready to play ball here. Again, Jeff Nelson and Austin Hickey with the full duty of the camera and the big part, keeping us online. All right, here we go. First pitch is in there for a strike to Austin Martin. Austin again playing center field. Here's the next pitch, swung on and missed. So Andrew quickly behind on the count. Here's the pitch taken down and away. Andrew with an unusual 0-4 in the first game. Here's a ground ball left side. Big hop to the third baseman, gets it on. The fair ball's on the ground, so Martin will be safe, and you can record that one E5. So good start for the Athenians with a little help there.
Yes, indeed.
That'll bring up second baseman Austin Moats. Here's a bunt. Boy, that ball was way too high. Nice effort by the catcher. We have got to learn that it's not a squeeze play.
Yeah.
We don't have to bunt those pitches that are a foot too high. I mean, I know that I've seen it happen 4 or 5 times this year. And the ball is going to do just what it did. It's going to go up if you get contact, which usually results in too often.
Bad,
put
bad,
it away.
Not what you want.
Play.
Not what you want to have happen.
So, no balls and a strike. Austin Moats. Here's the pitch. He takes this ball to the left side in the air. Left fielder will have time. He drops the ball. Now it's going to be an easy force at second, and nothing there that Andrew Martin could do.
No.
So he's caught in the no man's land out there. So score that as a fielder's choice as Moats flies out to left, but he drops the ball, returns the throw to second place for the force on Martin.
The unusual 7-4 force out.
Yeah. All right, Henry Taylor to the plate, batting in the number 3 slot. Henry with one of those big hits late in the ball game, game number 1 today. First pitch taken up and in. 1 on, 1 out. Top of the first. Athenians again batting first because they are the visiting team on game number 2.
In case anybody's just hasn't watched Crawfordsville baseball and is tuning in, the both regularly scheduled Sagamore Conference games were snowed out earlier this week, so they're playing both games as makeups tonight.
Here's a pitch up high. 2 balls, no strikes. Cameron Vandergore, the junior pitcher for Tri-West. Here's the pitch, swung on, fouled back to the screen. 2-1.
Vandergore's pitched 4.2 innings. He's given up 6 earned runs, walked 5, struck out 2. 0-1 on the season.
Austin with an average lead over at first base. Here's a pitch that's taken down. 3 balls, 1 strike.
In third place, Crawfordsville. Second place, Whitworth, Crawfordsville. And in
Moat's a good runner, not a burner, but he's off. He takes the pitch, and there's a throw down to second base, and Moats is in with the stolen base. So good job, good jump by us, and he didn't have a tremendous lead, but he got a really great jump. Pitch in there for a strike, and the count goes full now. Henry Taylor. Henry the pitcher in this game for the Athenians.
Yep.
Here's the pitch. This is taken down and away. So that'll be a base on balls for Taylor. So Athenians now with a first inning threat.
Taylor with a good first game, too. You mentioned he had 2 hits, 2 RBIs, one of those doubles in that very productive 5th inning.
Caleb Coons to the plate. Here's a pitch. Caleb lines it down the line, and it's going to be fouled just outside. Third baseman was pretty much all over it, though. I think if the ball was between the lines there, he would have possibly had a play. But
yeah, and all he'd have had to do was slap third base to get a force out. So laying on the ground would have been the easiest out he's gotten all month.
0-1 on Caleb Coons, the Athenian catcher. Long pause, and a good job by Coons asking for time.
Caleb officially 0 for 2 in the first game today. Did walk in the 5th inning and scored one of those 5 runs.
This pitch taken way high. One ball, 1 strike, 1 down. Runners at first and second now. Here's the pitch. That's up and in. So now Caleb ahead on the count, 2-1.
Martin and Moats went after the first early pitches, and these last couple of guys have laid off pitches.
Last couple have been pretty hard to swing at.
Yeah, true that.
Here's the pitch, and this is inside, almost hits him. 3 balls, 1 strike. So
Caleb danced away from that one just a little bit. If you remember right, it was a week and a half or 2 weeks ago. He got hit on the throwing elbow while ball was behind him. Man, that had to have hurt. Oh, it just had to have hurt so badly.
Here's the pitch. That's taken for a strike. Full count now on Caleb.
So Taylor worked a 6-pitch walk, and this will be the 6th pitch to Coons.
Here's the pitch. That's up. Good job, Caleb Coons. Bases loaded with 1 down. Sacks packed with Athenians. Top of the first. Chance to really jump out in front on this ball game.
Yeah, Fitcher got hit by a pitch and walked in that productive 5th inning. Otherwise, he was technically 0 for 3 in the game. I'm sorry, 0 for 2. Courtesy runner. Again, it's Cheney. He ran for Corsi in the first game. He's running for Coons now.
Evan Cheney starting left field the first part of the season, but having trouble with a bat. Here's the pitch, and this is taken for a strike in the very top of the zone there.
Well, let's just see what this umpire likes for strikes.
Pitch, Henry checks his swing inside. Good job there. Falls inside. The catcher, I believe, is Matthew Harris this game, and he kind of questioned the umpire on that.
Well, I thought they were going to appeal down to the other umpire, but they didn't.
Pitch, and this is definitely inside. Now 2-1. So Vandergore in a jam. The pitch. Outside, ball 3, and he did not agree with the umpire, and very I think a little bit verbally.
Yeah. Well, Coach, I'll tell you, that's the human part of baseball, because in the first game, that pitch was a strike 25 times.
No question. Here's the pitch. Way high, ball 4. And so Taylor draws the walk. Fitcher draws the walk, and that'll bring Moats around to score the first run.
That'll give Fitcher an RBI as well.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. And boy,
Good
that's
job, though, by Zach. I mean, you've got to be willing to take what the other team's going to give you if you let them.
Oh, no question.
Well,
no
you know,
question.
I mean, I watched too much ball at the high school level where some guy's up there and in a big spot and he's just too anxious to hit.
Yep.
The pitcher's throwing 6 balls in a row, and then he swings at a 7th one that's a ball.
Yep.
So
And
1-0, base is still loaded. Here's the pitch and taken for a strike that time by Corsi. Cale Corsi, winner of game number 1 this evening.
Through a complete game, 96 pitch. Jim.
Here's a ball taken foul on the right side. That's going to be in play, but it's going to drop. As I don't know, young man just lost where the ball was altogether. Really didn't come close to even getting a glove on it.
Sun's in a real bad spot over there right now.
It may be. I don't know. I thought he was looking up too high to see that one. Well, anyway, break for the Athenians there, and Cale Corsi steps in. Down in the count, 0-2. Pitch ground ball to the second baseman, slowly hit. He tags, throws in the dirt. Ball gets away. Athenian's going to score 2. And Corsi on down to second.
So
Zach Fisher forced out at second base, or actually tagged out, was the right play, but I thought he hesitated then before he made his throw, Jeff.
That's
maybe
correct.
just kind of forgot what was available. I don't know, but anyway, the Athenians go up by a 3-0 score, and you look up there, Jeff, we haven't had a hit yet.
No, we have not.
Runner at second, 2 down. Here's a swing and a miss. That ball looked like it was right down the middle there, but Bryce Dow had a good cut.
Yep, he was just a little anxious on it. Yeah, the Athenians have had benefited from 2 errors now and a couple of walks, 3 walks actually.
This was taken for a strike on the inside corner. So Bryce down on the count, 0-2. Corsi away from second. Here's a pitch. Here's a ball into right center field. That may get down. The right fielder can't get it. Actually, he was running too shallow anyway. Here we go to second base for another one of those doubles as Corsi comes on around to score run number 4 here in the top half of inning number 1.
And that is the second of 4 runs now that are unearned in this top of the first inning, as Tri-West is definitely having some issues getting things established in this first inning defensively. So bring up the 8th hitter of the inning and the 8th hitter in the lineup for Crawfordsville.
Yep. Young Mr. Weimer. Here's the pitch, swung on and missed. Here's the pitch, swung on, popped to right side. First baseman over. He's going to have room, man. He's got it in the glove.
Your Athenians scored 4 runs on 1 hit, aided by 2 errors and leave 1.
So just you probably heard Dave in the background, 4 runs on that single hit, and that hit was the Dowell double that drove in an unearned run of all things. 2 errors were very costly for Tri-West, especially the second error that saw 2 runs come in as a result of it. So, so the Crawfordsville got a run in the first in the last game and ended up winning 6-1. So is it 4 times the fun now with that, with getting 4 in the first?
Well, I tell you what, that's got to make Henry Taylor feel pretty good out there to have himself staked a 4-0 lead.
Yep, you just don't want him to feel too good about it, though. That's the whole thing now. So let's look up some numbers on Henry.
A lot of ball game left.
That's exactly right. Henry has is 1-1 on the season, so this is his 4th appearance. So he has been a regular on the mound for the Athenians. Sports a 4.11 earned run average. He has pitched 15.1 innings. He's given up 16 hits, 15 runs, 9 of those earned, 6 walks, and 16 strikeouts. So a pretty good walk-to-strikeout ratio, giving up 1 long ball on the season. So he is certainly one of those guys that Crawfordsville is looking to on this 2021 baseball season to do a lot of work. He's this guy, in high school, in college and the pros, you talk about he's got to be that guy that grinds out a lot of innings. Well, for Crawfordsville, he's got to grind out a lot of pitches because pitch count limits are as important as the innings thrown. So anyway, but the Athenians got off to a good start, up by 4.
Here's Gavin Loniger, the first baseman for the Bruins. The young man started on the mound for the Bruins in game number 1.
And was 1 for 3 at the plate with a single.
First pitch grounded to short. Corsi up with it on to first base. Low throw, dugout over there. Good job on both ends. Actually, pretty easy play for Cale. Almost was too easy. He maybe relaxed a little bit too much on the throw there. But anyway, good out, and that'll bring up Ross. He grounds to third. Weimer to first. 2 down quickly. Tell you, we'll take that all day long.
Boy, no kidding. The Athenians with 2 good, solid, fundamental plays in the field. Ground out short, ground out third. Ross scored the only Tri-West run in the first game.
First pitch taken to center field, so they're up there swinging. Martin's back, can't hang on. Well, Andrew did a pretty good job there overall, but he, I think, maybe just underestimated the length of that drive.
Yeah.
He kind of settled down and then found out he had to take another step or two, but then he was leaping and ball got off the glove. So that'll go as a double. So runner at second now with 2 down. Here's a pitch in the dirt. Riley Bennett, your hitter. Riley, a senior. And we're going to have a courtesy runner.
Yep. Trying to get a number on that guy as soon as he turns around anyway.
Yeah, too quick for me. I didn't catch it.
Yep.
Here's the pitch, swung on, missed. Ball in the dirt, but Caleb Coons keeps it right there. No advancement by the runner.
Yep.
1 ball, 1 strike, 2 down here in the bottom of the first. Big lead out there. Here's the pitch, way up and away. Henry Taylor, vital part of this Athenian pitching staff. A lot of attention being paid to the runner. Now they got him picked. If we can get rid of it. And he slides right into the play at third base. Boy, it ended up being a perfect throw, but it looked like it might be a little low. But runner was really showing himself out there the pitch before even. And that time the Athenians were able to pick him off. So in the inning for the Bruins, they have no runs and no hits, and no runners left on base.
Okay. Well, I know they're still discussing it upstairs because they haven't logged it yet. If that was an Andrew Martin error or if that was a double.
Yeah.
So
well, I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt. I mean, the ball definitely not hit. Didn't hit in the pocket. It didn't.
Right.
It was off the end of the glove, and he had to go a long way. Like I said, he did slightly misjudge because he had time to get probably under it.
Yep.
And that is actually the first time all year that I've seen him actually make kind of a little bit of a misjudgment on a fly ball. Well, anyway, the Athenians
they
get out of it clean, and we're going to the bat in the top of the second, leading by a score of 4-0. And Henry's pitch count couldn't have been very high.
No, it sure wasn't. As the first 3 guys were all first pitch swingers, and then we picked the guy off, so it ended up being 5. It ended up being 5 pitches. So it was a ground out on the first pitch, and then the hit/error on the first pitch to the third hitter, and then 2 balls. It was a 2-0 count on the next guy, and then we picked the runner off at second/third. So the Athenians will go 9-1-2. And a new face in the lineup here in the second game, Keegan Abney for Crawfordsville. We did not see him in game one.
No. Well, Keegan Abney has the ability to be a good hitter and hasn't had that many at-bats.
Yep, he's had nine at-bats. He's 1 for 9 on this season. He's done some pinch hitting, at least what I have seen. He may have a start somewhere in a game that I wasn't at. Takes called strike here.
I believe it might have been the very first game of the year.
Okay, against Covington. Or no, Riverton Park.
Right. There's a ground ball right side. Second baseman over, has it on the good hop. He lobs it to first base for out number 1. So Abney down 4-3. That'll turn it over to Andrew Martin. Andrew takes this one for a ball. Andrew looking for his first hit of the day. Here's the pitch taken up high, ball 2. That's, boy, stay off of those. He's causing trouble a couple of times so far today, swinging it, pitches up out of the zone. Here's a pitch off. Oh, maybe not off the corner, a delayed call.
That's right.
And count goes to 2 balls, 1 strike.
I think our home plate umpire just kind of realized, we're going to get a bunch of pitches out there. If I don't call those strikes, we're going to be here all night.
Well, you can't call that one because it bounces up there. 3 balls, 1 strike.
58-footer.
Again, Cameron Vandergore, the pitcher for Tri-West. Struggling a little with the strike zone. Here's a pitch up and on to first base, Andrew Martin.
That is the 4th walk issued by Vandergore already.
Yeah, that's not going to let him get very far in this ball game.
No.
The second baseman, Austin Moats.
So Austin Moats to the plate. Austin scored in the first inning.
Yep, reached on a fielder's choice and eventually scored. Yeah, Vandergore threw 31 pitches in the first.
Austin taking a long look down at Pop Brett Moats. Nobody running. Austin takes that pitch.
Squared around like a maybe and pulled it back.
Yeah, let's see. We're working with signals again. Now there's the old take signal there. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, 2-0. I would certainly expect that. Vandergore's been struggling.
And he's taken all the way. Good job by Coach Moats. He's reading this pitcher.
It's right, and I don't need to know the signs to know what this will be a take.
Yeah, well, we're 3-0. You're right, and so it's the automatic. Take a look at one. And that ball's down away, and on to first base goes Austin Moats. So runners at first and second, and there's going to be a little stirring in the bullpen for Tri-West.
Yeah. And here comes Coach Oppie. He's going to go out and just see if he can get his second starting pitcher a little bit more focused. He has walked 5 already.
Well, he may be just trying to get a little more time for his bullpen.
Well, there's that too. There is that strategy, and then there's that other strategy.
He would rather have this guy.
Yeah.
He would definitely rather have this guy. Kind of find the strike zone and see if he can get people out.
Well, and he'd sure like to have this guy go a couple of innings in because you know what?
Pitch count?
There are all kinds of pitch count issues. If this guy, you can bring a pitcher back in, but if he's been ineffective and then you put him out someplace else for a while, you bring him back in, you're nowhere going to think he's going to come back and do any better. So yeah, as we mentioned, it's not his first appearance. He's he's had a decent, been okay, just not a lot of innings as this team has only played 5 games. So, but he has worked himself into a hole a couple times. Gave up 4 in the first and errors hurt on top of that.
All right, ready to go now. Here's the pitch. Taking first strike on the outside corner. Pitcher against pitcher here. Henry Taylor for the Athenians, looking to drive in some more Athenian runs.
Yep, Taylor walked and scored first time up.
This one's in the dirt. Ball kept right there. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 down. Here's ground ball left side. Third baseman has it. He's going to go to the bag, and he is out. He wins the race by almost a full step. But good job getting down there and making it close by Andrew Martin.
Yep. Andrew had he could not take the direct line to the base because the third baseman was literally right there. So, and having to take that extra half step around for the slide or the grab or whatever it was, it made it just a little bit easier for Rockwell to step over and get on the base.
All right, Caleb Coons steps in here. We need a base hit right now, Caleb.
He walked and scored.
Here's the pitch in the dirt. No advancement, though. Catcher doing a good job. Tri-West starting a freshman behind the plate in game number 1. And in this game, Matthew Harris, the senior, behind the plate. Pitch taken off the end of the bat and squibbed down the first base line. Foul.
Results of the girls 4x400 meter relay.
So 1 ball, 1 strike.
First place with a time of 4 minutes.
Here's a guy, Jeff, that and we may have 2 or 3, but this definitely is a guy at the plate for the Athenians that could take one out of here.
Okay.
Here's the pitch. Ground ball in the hole. Rounding third on his way to the plate. And the throw, we score. We're cut off. We've got 2 guys in the same play. They throw the ball. And now they got a run down on Coons. Coons racing. Back the other way. Coons, come on, score him here. Nope, can't do it. So we found ourselves with a situation where Taylor and Coons were basically occupying the same territory out there.
Yep.
And did not work out for the Athenians that time. However, they came up with a run. Good hit right there by Caleb Coons to drive in run number 5 for the Athenians. So at the end of 1.5, your Athenians lead it by a score of 5-0.
I'm really glad that folks were able to watch that because it would take you and me a week to describe everything that happened right there. You know,
okay. Well,
single to left, caught the cutoff guy going around second slipped, back to the throw, second run down. First runner now goes back to second as the batter is heading to second. Now everybody's there, and then the pickle starts.
Yeah, and you know what? I didn't do a good job of picking up Henry Taylor, who was the lead runner there. I thought maybe Caleb did a good job of stretching that rundown out, and I thought maybe we would see a situation where they had to turn the play to the plate.
Yeah. Taylor didn't break for the plate until really late.
Yeah,
so
I knew he had to be.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yep.
Well, anyway, one run, 5-0 after 2 for the Athenians. All right, throw down, and we're ready to go here in the bottom half of inning number 2.
Trying to keep these social media folks happy at the same time, so I'm trying to either tweet out or text out a score as we stay caught up. The Danville I did that twice. With Winnie's team.
They're in the same county.
Tri-West girls defeated Crawfordsville by a pretty substantial margin in the first game, and they're playing a second one over there too.
Right. Henry's got that one a little inside, ball 1.
This is Bennett, who was at the plate when
got the pick off.
Yep, when Harris was picked off.
Yeah, Bennett had he was 1 for 3 in game number 1.
Yep.
Next pitch right there for a strike. Count evens, 1 ball, 1 strike.
Low.
That one's down. Weimer, Moat, or what? Let's start over again. Weimer, Corsi, and Moats. Here's a shot, fair ball down the line. That may be a 2-bagger. Good job hustling after it out there, though. We'll hold him to a single. Good job.
Well, that's
And
good,
we'll
good
complete
hustle
that
by,
with Fitcher at first base on the infield.
Yep, that'll be a nice hustle by Dowell to keep that from turning into
The
2.
designated hitter, Brady White.
Brady White.
White.
Yep, he had a hit. Was hit by a pitch.
He is the freshman catcher we were talking about.
And
first
he's
game.
and he's DHing this game. And he's hitting for
Next pitch
Boulder.
gets away. Ball low and outside. Caleb couldn't keep it there, so runner on down to second base now. Nobody out, so threat underway here for the Bruins. Another pitch in the dirt, and this one will go to the screen. So giving a little unnecessary freebies out here right now.
And that's going to bring pitching coach Welliver out to have a chitty chat with his mound man. Maybe just overthrowing just a little bit. That's kind of, when you start
Yeah,
throwing
I
them.
don't know. Henry, he's usually around the plate.
Yep. He's got to adapt as the sun continues to set. It's going to get colder and colder, which is going to make it a lot harder to grip the baseball kind of the way you want to grip it. So,
Well, not that we want to give him a run here, but right now I think it's important for Henry not to worry too much about the runner on third. He's
No.
got a 5-0 lead.
outs,
let's
outs. Yep, get outs.
Back and yes, sir.
Yep, get outs. We'll
See if
trade.
we
We'll trade a run for an out in this situation.
We can't do it there. The ball's still in the dirt. So that's where he's at right now. He's way too low underneath the pitching zone. So runners at first and
The
third.
pitcher, Cameron Vandergore.
Vandergore was 0 for 3 as the DH in the first game, so we'll see what he brings to the plate here against Taylor.
Swung on, ground ball outside the line, down the third base line. No show that they were going to run from first base, and
No.
probably down 5-0. They would probably think about that twice before making that move.
Right.
Throw is to first base. That was almost a perfect throw, and it was almost a throw that was too low in the dirt. But
Ooh. Yeah, that's one of those high risk, high gain kind of things.
yes, yeah, it was
Get you an out or score a run and move
very
ahead
low
to third.
percentage over there. I don't know. I'm watching the coaches here. I would like, I think, to not worry about, even if he goes to second. Here's a pitch up. Henry Taylor struggling with the strike zone right now.
After really sailing through the first inning.
Here's a pitch, ground ball up the middle. It's off of Taylor. It's going to go for a base hit. So that'll score the first run here for the Bruins. Ball hit pretty hard and looked like it hit Henry somewhere around the knee area.
The knee or the shin, he took a hop like it hurt a little bit. Base umpire is going to come
The
walking
third
over
baseman,
and
Carson Rockwell.
ask him if he'd like to have some medical attention. That would not count as a trip to the mound for a coach. Coach Welliver has already been out there and wants to chat with him. So Taylor says, I'm all right.
So tough luck on that one.
Yep, rub a little dirt on it. Keep on going.
If it had to bounce someplace, it should have bounced to one of our defenders out there.
Yes.
It's number 5 coming up here.
Carson Rockwell was 0 for 2 and got hit by a pitch.
Ball 1.
Low again.
Got to find a strike zone out there. 5-1 ball game right now, but the Bruins with runners at first and second and nobody out. Here's a ground ball, foul ball toward the Athenian dugout.
Yeah, this is your 7 hitter here, so you got 7, 8, 9 coming up next. You sure want to get more outs than guys on in this situation.
Here's a 1-1, swung on, line drive, and base hit. Runner had to hold up, so he's not going to be able to score, but that packs the bags now. And Henry in a real jam, in jeopardy of making this a very close ball game once again.
Yep.
So I'll bring
Carter Craig.
number 2, Carter Craig.
Who we only saw as a courtesy runner in the
Yes.
first game, so this will be his first trip up.
He takes a fastball right down the middle. Henry threw that ball as hard as he's throwing anything yet in this ball game.
Yep. Craig 1 for 9.
Breaking ball stays high. In order for Henry to be effective, he has to have command of both pitches, but the breaking ball is really what makes him set apart a little. Here's a ground ball over to second, one on the first. No.
Not in time.
So that will go as a
Fielder's choice
fielder's
and a
choice,
run
but
batted
a run
in.
scores.
That's try West's second run of this inning. Puts the first out on the board. Runners on the corner, and the number 9 hitter is Jakowski.
Jakowski, yeah.
He did not hit in the first game either. He was.
Oh, here's the ball, gets away at the plate. That'll be another run. So things getting just a little bit ugly here, Jeff.
And Coach Moats is coming out.
That's going to be it.
That's usually the sign of a pitching change.
I really thought Caleb had a good chance to stop that ball, and when you're a catcher, there's a man on third base. You're just usually extra alert.
Right.
But it definitely goes to the wild pitch. Let there be no doubt about that.
Question.
So the switch is being made here. I think we'll be moving
some folks around.
Yeah.
Weimer,
well, Weimer's coming in.
Yep.
And that moves Corsi to third. So Moats will move to second, and Fitcher moving to second base. Again, kind of the normal switch up here.
Yep. We've seen this defensive setup before. Get some numbers here on Weimer after a very short outing. Taylor just had such an easy first inning and then has not been able to find the strike zone since.
Well, Henry will move over to first base, but we're looking at a situation where the score has gone to from 5-0 to 5-3, or pardon me, 5-4, and the tying run is down third. Henry Taylor moves to first base.
All right.
Hey,
back.
I moved him too far.
All right.
Carter Craig is only on second base. So Athenians find themselves in a close ball game once again.
This is Weimer's 7th appearance of the season. He has a 1.6 ERA, which leads the Athenian staff. He has pitched 8.2 innings, 5 hits, 3 runs, 2 earned, 6 walks, 13 strikeouts. So if you're going to bring a shutdown guy, this seems to be it.
5-3 ball game now. Only 1 out. And Dallas Jakowski, as you mentioned, didn't bat in the first game.
Yep.
So we'll
He's
get
a one ball count. So this guy belongs to Weimer, but this runner at second base still belongs to Taylor.
He gives the look as though he wanted to bunt, takes the pitch for a called strike. Coach down there at third didn't particularly agree.
A couple Tri-West fans not very happy about it either.
Stare in, and Weimer to the plate. Here's a ball fouled back into the screen. Good job, Weimer, getting ahead on the count quickly.
Well, Crawfordsville needs an out here. They need an out in a really big way because this a really comfortable lead has evaporated.
Here's a fastball up and away, or at least up. That may not have been away, Jeff.
Yep.
I think it was just too high. But, this is a number 9 hitter, so they're going to turn the batting order over unless we can get one of those strange double plays.
Yeah, this would be a unique one.
Here's the pitch again, up. Count evens at 3 balls, 2 strikes.
Yeah,
Forgot about that other one.
That's right, the first pitch by
off of
Taylor.
Yep.
Yeah. Full count here.
Strike 3, and a fastball gets by Craig, and so that records out number 2. And like you said, we really needed that one.
Yeah, boy, you just challenged that hitter right there.
Liger hit the ball pretty hard the first time, out to the shortstop. That play was made by, our now third baseman. And I tell you what, we're fortunate. We got a guy like Corsi and a guy like Moats, and they can play anywhere out there.
Flip it over, that's right.
Here's a ball swung on and missed by Liger.
This is by Loniger. It's grounded out to short his first time up, so he's bringing an active bat up.
There's a 1-strike pitch fouled into the net. So Weimer again quickly ahead on the count.
Loniger is an active bat. His 3 trips up in the first game, he swung at all but 1 pitch.
Yes. Here's the pitch. Swung on and miss on a high fastball. So Weimer, at least for this inning, you have to say he was the answer.
Yes.
He came in and put out the fire and strikes out Leininger for out number 3. So after 2 full innings of play, your Athenians maintain the lead at 5-3. Line score for the Athenians, 5 runs on 2 hits and 1 error. And for the Tri-West Bruins, they have 3 runs on 2 hits and 2 errors.
Yes.
So, Jeff, we were breathing a little bit easy there, and it didn't last very long.
It sure did not.
Well, the only thing I can say is I do have you a little bit of a lead again.
I do, and I do appreciate that. I do appreciate that. Just running through my pitch count stuff here. Taylor, 4, 8, 11, 14, 17. So Taylor threw 18.
Yeah.
So we only threw 23 pitches total.
But there weren't very many strikes.
There were not.
A problem.
Yep.
And but the numbers are inconsequential
Yes.
as far as what the forward competition would mean, and so that's I guess the main thing.
And Weimer came in and threw 8, and 7 of those were for strikes.
Well, okay, Jeff. See if you can build on this lead.
See what I can do here. Top of 3, Crawfordsville, the visiting team in this game because of the scenario of getting these weathered out games played, and it's going to be Zach Fitcher. Walked in a run. He walked with the bases loaded his first time up. First pitch swinging, fouls it straight back. He is facing Vandergrieve here, who also has struggled with his control. Walked quite a handful here so far. Pitch is down.
I think if we are just patient at the plate, swing at good pitches only, I think this man will have a hard time finishing this ball game. Yeah,
well, he's going to run out of pitches way before that because he's up close to almost 80 pitches already. There's 5, 9, 12, 15, 17. I take that back. He was 48. He was 48 coming into the start of this inning. So he's that looped over the top. Didn't even hit the batter.
It was in line with Henry, or Zach, but we had no way of getting hit by it. Good take, good
This is
take.
up,
He
yep.
wanted to go, but good job laying off of that
Tough to
one.
lay off that high heat. You're right.
Oh, my. Boy, it looked like a good pitch to hit, but
Yep.
swung right through
Swung
it.
right through it. That is strikeout number 1 for Vandergrief.
The third baseman, Cale Corsi.
Cale Corsi, yep, reached on a fielder's choice. That fielder's choice was part of a whole conflagration that happened. There was an E4 on the throw that would have gotten the double play. It turned into a run scored. It actually turned into 2 runs scored on that error. It kind of broke open the floodgates for Crawfordsville in that first inning. Corsi fouls one back. So he's ruled as it's an 0 for 1 with an RBI is how Corsi's got it. Puts this one into play. It's a slow roller over to first. The lush infield grass eats it up. Easy put out over there for Loniger. And there's 2 quick outs.
Yeah. Well, he's not hurting his pitch count so far this inning.
No, he's not. No, he's not. Although he did work to 6 pitches against Fitcher. This 2 pitches there. So if he can get out of it quickly, that seems to be always the trick.
Well, here's a guy who got the big hit for us,
Yep.
Jeff.
Takes a strike on the inside corner. This is Bryce Dowell. Double to left center. Drove in a run. That was the last Crawfordsville run of that 4-run first inning. This one's down, scraping the agar line. Wasn't the pitch he thought it was going to be, and misses down low. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Whoa, he thought he had it.
Yeah.
Thought he had it.
It was close.
It just didn't bite the corner. And historically umpires are not going to give you as much inside as they will on an outside corner.
Absolutely. Oh, my.
You got that one, though. That was a
Oh,
called
my.
third strike, and that ends the inning. So the Crawfordsville's up, 3 down in the top half of this third inning of play. We've got a 5-3 score. Crawfordsville does have the lead.
Well, we put Vander Gore back in the ball game there.
Yes,
that
we
inning,
did. Yes,
you
we
know?
did. 6, 8, 13 pitches gives him 61 now for the game. Weimer in relief, comes back out for Crawfordsville. Weimer in relief of starting pitcher Henry Taylor. Ironically enough, well, not ironically enough, this all depends on how this game goes. Taylor could pick up the win, depending on how it all goes. In the major leagues, there's no way Taylor gets the win because he didn't go nearly long enough. High school ball a little bit different. More of a coach's decision.
Question. Well, let's hope that
Just need some outs now.
Weimer can stay in the groove here.
Yep.
And
Yep. It's 2-3-4 here for Tri-West. It's Ross who grounded out and Harris who reached on what has now been changed back to an error.
Okay.
That's hit to center field that Andrew Martin got to, and the ball popped out of his glove. Been in contact with Dave upstairs, and he's in contact with the officials, with what the coaches are calling it down in the dugout, and they ruled it an error.
You know what? I mean, I don't have an argument with
No,
that at all.
no, in the big picture, that's right.
I'm just, here's the thing.
Yep.
We've seen what Henry can do.
Yep.
So the coach is looking at it and say he ought to caught that ball.
That's right.
And Andrew ought to caught that ball.
That's right.
Because it's Andrew.
That's right.
But another young man out there wouldn't even been where he was at.
Right. Well, and I think if he had not been ready to catch it, it wasn't like he was stretched out, ball falls into his glove, and he holds on for dear life. He was there. He got to the spot. He was able to turn around, watch the ball come back in, watch it to his glove. He wasn't quite set like a can of corn fly ball, but anyway, just so you know, that's part of the miracles of modern technology. We keep in touch with guys in the dugout and guys upstairs, and away we go. So this is Kai Ross. All the things our viewers find out watching these YouTube broadcasts. Pitch just missed.
That's been a little low.
Yep. Looked like a strike from up here, but we aren't calling them. As I said, 2-3-4 is up for Tri-West here in the bottom of the third inning. That's a strike.
Looked like the same pitch.
Pretty close. Yep. Pretty close. And you know what? Every once in a while, those pitches fool the umpires, too.
Absolutely.
You've umpired enough over the course of years.
I've said
umpired
before,
enough.
there are pitches, especially the ones that are low,
Yep.
that the catcher blocks your view.
Yep. Doesn't frame it. Does frame
Boy,
it.
See, now there, Caleb double clutch, he thought that was a good pitch.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, going back to the first game, because all of those outside corner pitches were all strikes. They had to be really low or really high not to be called. There's a foul ball. Well, that's right. We're playing a second base softball game too over there.
Yeah. Well, we got a lot of help by our fans calling that one out.
Yes. Yep. They're yelling over to the girls over on the other side, and Coach Kellerman and Coach Slicker and all whoever else might be over there.
So mainly hard stuff here, Jeff.
Yep. Just missed. Full count to Ross. Leadoff hitter, bottom of the third inning. Yep. No doubt about that. And Ross was walking back to the dugout before he even knew anything, before he even called it.
You know, that really gave the look of a young man looking for a walk.
Yep.
That's what that looked like.
And that's 3 strikeouts in 3 batters faced now for Weimer. Matthew Harris reached on that error to center field. Gonna foul one off over to the softball field to the right side. Harris was also caught with about an 8-day lead on second base and was thrown out trying to get to third base. Somebody called timeout down there.
Notice in the big leagues, it seems like they're more liberal, let him call it really late after the pitchers actually started movement.
Foul tip, strike.
Throwing heat.
Yep, 0-2. Well, you know what? As I mentioned, I sure feel that my fingertips are a lot colder than, as the sun is setting, and you just got to figure that these pitchers are, it's a little bit different grip.
Yeah, good point. Yeah, no question. It's hard to have that good feel out there.
Yeah. The ball either feels like a marble or it feels like a bowling ball, one or the other.
But it's only gone down 3 degrees since the start.
Yeah, officially.
There we go. There we go.
There we go. That's 4 batters faced, 4 strikeouts for Weimer. He's going to run his stats up here. But the best part is that it has silenced the Tri-West bats. Crawfordsville, if you're just tuning in, got 4 in the top of the first and another run in the top of the second. Tri-West responded with 3 runs in the bottom of the second inning. Did he go? Check this.
Yeah, that's the difference between Major League Baseball and
that wouldn't even have been checked. That'd have been strike.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. They just really hesitate to make that call at this level.
Right. No, that's a. That one's down and in. This is Riley Bennett. Bennett singled, got to second and third on consecutive wild pitches, and scored on a single. Pitch up, 3-0.
Yeah.
He scored the first of those 3 Tri-West runs in that second inning. Just missed inside. I got the Crawfordsville Boo Birds up and going. Now they haven't had much to yell at the umpire about yet today. They give them something to warm themselves up.
That ball was a little inside from what I'm looking at. But on the other hand, that's almost under the heading of the old automatic.
Yes.
I mean, I think most of the time that pitch gets called a strike.
Oh, and I think yeah, I'm not sure why it wasn't. But that brings up the next guy. This one's down and in. This is Brady White.
This is our young man down here that likes to run at first base.
Yeah. Bennett moved on a couple of wild pitches. He's got a good lead over there at first base. Doesn't go. Pitch up. We were maybe worried a little too much about the runner instead of getting the third out of the inning here.
Too damn. Get that guy at the plate.
Yep. Bear down on this guy and let that guy run as much as he wants to.
There you go.
There's a good strike. 2-1. White walked and scored his only time up this ball game. Bennett not quite as far off. Pitch up. 3-1. White walked on 4 pitches his last time up. Got a 3-1 count here.
Thank you very much.
Yes. Can't lay off the high heat. That's what turned me into a broadcaster.
Good talk out there. Runner will be off at first base now.
Yep. There he goes.
Can't
Pitch
swing
up.
at that.
Nope. Too high. So 2 walks have put guys on base here for Tri-West in a chug along game here. This brings up Cameron Vandergrove, the pitcher. And Vandergore singled and drove in a run his last trip up and eventually scored on a wild pitch. Knee-high strike.
On that one.
Yep. Knee-high strike on that one.
There we go.
Swings it one down into the dirt. It's a foul ball. Yep. Because it hit the batter. Somebody's yelling, "Why is it a foul ball?" Because it hit the batter.
Hey.
Well, you know what? This doesn't matter what the home plate umpire says or does. The base umpire called it dead. The base umpire called it a foul ball right away. So he either saw it or thought he saw it. So.
Put him away. Put him away.
Just like that. Makes no matter. Swinging strike 3, and Weimer walks 2 but strikes out 3. So it's no runs and no hits. No errors, and those 2 are left. Get a quick pitch count here. 6, 10, 14, 20, 23 pitches to get all that work done. So that's 31 for Weimer. And
he's missing a lot of bats.
Yes.
If he can get the ball somewhere around the strike zone, he's very effective right now.
Yes. So.
Or this game does not have the feel of the first one.
It sure doesn't. I'm
not talking about the temperature, even though it's dropped.
Only
3 degrees.
Officially,
it's dropped.
Officially, it's only dropped 3 degrees. Yeah. It feels like we've moved back. I've moved back to South Dakota. You know. Now my hands are getting cold. That's the only thing. And just like it always is. Just like it always is. If you can keep your hands and your feet warm, that's 99% of the battle. So I got some deep pockets I can use in between innings.
Say, as long as we don't have to push the pencil,
That's
okay.
right. We're doing all right. So just a reminder for folks maybe tuning into this ball game. Crawfordsville won the first game of today's doubleheader, a 6-1 game over these same Tri-West Bruins that technically, it didn't tie Crawfordsville because there's a 2-0, but it knocked Tri-West out of the unbeatens in the Sagamore Conference. So Crawfordsville and Tri-West are 2-1 now in the Sagamore. And
Athenian 6-3 overall.
Yep, North Montgomery. I should look. I wonder if there's any. I know there's a bunch of games being played all around the district. We'll find out here. Weimer takes a strike. Oops, let me get this set back in. Hitting in the 8 spot. Foul ball. Chases spectators all over the place. Volleyball is down 3-1. Softball. Foul tip, strike 3. So Weimer's 0 for 2 on the day. That's 2 strikeouts in a row registered by Vandergore. I was just looking at my phone. I was getting a text. I got a text from a volleyball scorekeeper, and that's why it caught me by surprise. Here's Keegan Abney, grounded out to second base, his first time up. Ball low.
Yeah, Keegan, he really didn't have a very good swing, but he did make contact, but it's kind of a swing that really wasn't going to take the ball anyplace.
Mm-hmm.
He's got his money's worth on that one, though.
Sure
but
did. Swing and a
tough
miss
pitch
there.
to get a hold of there
Yep.
outside.
Yep. And I believe I've got a note here that North Montgomery lost their first game. Their first baseball game. There's a called strike. So that would be they lost to Frankfurt. So if that's the case, then that means that there are no undefeated teams already in the Sagamore Conference. Count evens out. My note here says
And hit him.
and that, so there we go. So yeah, according to this, North Baseball lost 6-0 to Frankfurt. And
The center fielder,
Southmont lost also. Okay. Trying to get caught up there. This brings up Andrew Martin, looking for a hit. Takes one down and away. Andrew has reached base twice. Reached on an error his first trip up and then walked.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
he thought about it, didn't he?
Yep.
Okay, I missed. Andrew took a look down there. I wondered if we were going back to a
sure.
take. Nope. It was a good pitch. Good pitch.
Yeah.
Good swing. Just didn't center it up. Good job.
Good
We'll take
take
another
there.
walk. We'll
Yep.
take another walk.
Hey, on base percentage, you know what? You reach on an error and you reach on 2 walks, your on base percentage is still 1.00. So that works.
Yeah, I don't know. We
There
throw
we
a
go.
lot of numbers around, but honestly, that's a number that I really like, especially in high school ball.
Oh, getting on base.
If you're
Absolutely.
getting on base, because let's face it, watch the games we played. There's
Yep.
going to be some errors.
That's right.
Mental mistakes. Things happen.
Yep.
Too many bases on balls. And we already scored one run today with being walked in.
Coaches talk about, and not just there's a called strike for most, but
And
I'll tell
he
you,
was taking all the way.
our football coaches, our basketball coaches, our track coaches, our volleyball coaches, our baseball, our softball coach all talk about in the high school level, it's a game of mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of times if you make the fewest mistakes, you stand a good chance of winning a game. So
Austin's showing a bunt that time.
yeah, I think he was just doing that for the camera.
I think you're right.
But there are 2 on.
He's just distracting.
Yep.
Trying to distract the pitcher. This is a bunt.
And
It's
he's
going to be in the
out.
air. But,
No.
oh, I tell you, we have had a
Yep.
really hard time bunting so far this year.
Yeah.
Even the bunts that we've got down haven't been very good bunts, quite
Right.
frankly. But
Yep.
I
I give Harris a lot of credit for trying to come
Yes,
down with that. He was just
sure.
a glove length away from
Yeah.
coming up with an out
Yeah,
on that
good
one.
effort.
So, well, now the bunt sign will probably be coming off. And Moats is
Oh,
down.
I think so.
He's at 1 and 2.
we'd take a double down the line here,
Yeah,
Jeff.
hit the ball up the gap or something.
And the dirt runner
In the dirt.
goes.
Uh-oh, here goes Keegan. Hurry up. He's going to be safe. Yep.
He showed a little speed there.
Yes, he did.
I didn't know what we would, not having seen him really run like that.
No, and you know what?
Well,
And he got a great jump. He had
Yes,
a really,
he did.
he had a good lead,
He
and that ball
absolutely
bounced
did.
away from that cat from White, and he was gone. You know what? And that was an outstanding slide. So
Put her in play, Austin.
Yep. Make something happen here.
Infield in, he swings and misses. Boy, Austin's striking out a little bit more than you would expect.
Yeah.
For a guy up top of batting order, normally a contact type hitter, but not so there. So
Okay.
2 down.
Yep. Now 2 down. Now Henry Taylor, who started on the mound, has moved to first base. Time for he walked and scored in the big first inning. Reached on a fielder's choice.
Don't
in
be
the
too anxious
second.
here now.
Yep.
Attaboy.
Pitch up.
We'd like one of your doubles here, but make him throw you a pitch you can hit.
Low.
Catcher lost the ball, but it was right under his feet.
It was literally between his spikes.
About to punch the panic button there, though.
Keegan knew where he was at. He wasn't going anywhere. 2-0. Taylor's hitting cleanup today. Pitch up.
3 in a row.
Yep. Henry's hit cleanup several games. He's been in that spot most of the year. Big take. First base is open, too. I would think that Vandergore will be careful here. Strike.
Now, there was the old
The
automatic.
automatic, yep. Close enough to call. I think is kind of how that one goes. That's up and out. So the Athenians continue to show some patience here. So now in this at bat, a hit batter walk have loaded the bases, and that's enough for Coach Oppie. He is he's bringing a guy out with him to play defensively. Vandergore is going to hand the ball off. And let's see, we're going to turn around. It's one of the infielders. Number 8. All right.
Number 8 is.
And that's Kai Ross. So Ross was at short and is now going to come in and pitch.
Yeah. Well, remember early in the game I asked about him pitching.
Yep.
Because I'm just watching
as
him.
As good as his arm was, that's right.
Yeah. You got a kid with an arm like that in high school ball, you got to let him throw some innings.
Yep. Well, and now that we've got that excuse, we'll go dig out the Tri-West stats and just see what Mr. Ross has done. On the season, Kai Ross, 3.71 ERA, which is second best on the team. This is his third appearance. He is a senior, as Coach has mentioned. 5.2 innings coming into this moment. 6 hits, 8 runs, so quite a few runs, but only 3 earned. So he's had some no help behind him. Two walks, 4, and only 4 strikeouts. So looks like we got a hard thrower and maybe a little trouble finding the strike zone. So we'll see.
Yeah, he just hit the backstop here on the last warm-up pitch.
Yep.
We'd take one of those.
Yep. Well, that's you send a good note to the guys coming up first, going don't dig it too much.
There's another one. Like he kind of pulling that. I don't know whether he's trying to throw something like a slider or something, but he's pulling the ball across his body a little bit on those last 2 warm-up pitches.
Yeah, he's kind of releasing from. It's about a 3/4. Well, maybe a little bit more, maybe a little closer,
that, yeah.
a little higher.
Yeah.
Let me watch. We'll watch this one again. All you folks watching on the computer, we'll take a vote. Yeah, that's a little more. We'll give him almost the 90 there, straight up. That's going to bring Caleb Coons up. He's going to be facing Ross, be the first guy. Coons has walked and scored and drove in a run with a base hit. and then got caught up in the mess that happened when people were falling down and throws got this way and that way.
Good take. Atta
Boy,
boy.
that just missed. Just missed.
A little up out of the zone.
Yep. That's normally a pitch he swings at.
Yes, sir.
Got a pitch to swing at, but
Got to
just
play,
didn't,
too.
didn't contact
Got to
it.
play.
Right.
And hold it, though.
Yep. Yep. So Harris was unable to put a glove on it. That leaving the count. Or he did put a glove on it. I'm sorry, wasn't able to keep it in his glove.
Well, that's a play that
The first
most
baseman
people
should.
don't really
Yeah.
understand
Oh,
how
that
hard
is
that is.
such a
for
hard
catch.
play. That is such a hard play.
Oh, yeah.
And
Oh, right
Coops,
at him.
yep.
Right
Boy,
at
that
him.
was a laser.
Mercy, mercy.
That goes down almost as a line out.
I think
L8. Yep.
It's about as solid as contact as Caleb has made.
Yep.
but
That ball is 4 feet either direction, and it's to the fence and scores 2. So the Athenians do not get a hit and leave the bases loaded. And there were no errors either. So 2 walks and a hit batter. Strands everybody. Let's see here. Start looking at some pitch counts after a while, but this is going to bring Weimer back out. Weimer has 31 pitches thrown, and he's in relief, so I sure wouldn't see the pitch counts being an issue here if he can continue to stay focused, keep settled down here. Bottom of 4 coming up, and Tri-West will have the bottom and top of the order coming up. 7, 8, 9, but the 7, 8, 9 guys did a little damage. Rockwell singled, got an infield hit, and Carter Craig is the second guy up this at bat, and he drove in a run with a fielder's choice. And then the number 9 hitter, Jakowski, was the first guy that Weimer faced, and he got him on a strikeout. So Weimer has been in relief and has struck out 5. He struck out 5 of the 7 guys he's hit, and he walked the other 2. So the defense has been out there kind of lollygagging, right?
yeah. Yeah. That's
not.
Point I'm trying to make earlier is the fact that it is more difficult to play good defense when you're just standing out
That's
there.
right. That's right. So.
But I tell you, this young freshman is still doing a great job for the Athenians, and
Yep.
the fact he can stand out there and blow people away the way he's been doing.
Yeah.
Yeah. For the Bruins, the third baseman.
Well, and it's a scenario of if this team wants to, be at the top end of the Sagamore Conference and wants to win a sectional and wants to do, all the things that baseball teams want to do. This guy's got to be one of the guys that helps you out. He isn't going to be your number 1. Of course, he appears to be that, but you sure want some good innings out of this freshman, whether it's in relief or as your second or third starter, et cetera. So, first pitch down.
We've got another young man with a great arm in the DH slot there with Mr. Well, I take that back. I'm on the wrong end of it.
Okay.
Dow's where I'm heading.
Oh,
Bryce
okay.
Dow, young freshman. He's a great arm.
He's that guy that they can, with these other people that are throwing, they may have some time to kind of work Dowell into the rotation, work him into some spot relief and face a hitter here or there, do an inning, whatever. Good pitch there, swing and a miss. 2-1 on the count here to Rockwell. Next pitch, took something just a little off of that. That was a really, really good pitch that fooled Rockwell. 2-2. Just down. Full count. As we mentioned, Weimer has either walked or struck out everybody he's faced so far. And that trend ends. On a
Good
solid
job of
single.
hitting.
Yep, solid single to right field there. So Rockwell has his second hit of this baseball game, and he will plant himself on first. And that will bring up Carter Craig. Reached on a fielder's choice that drove in a run. The ground ball was to short, but it was with bases loaded, and the only play that we had was at second base for one out. Pitch misses just a bit. Shows bunt, got it down. This will be a sacrifice. Play over to first. Yep.
Okay, that getting the runner there, and we
yep. So the Athenians
made the right play.
Yep. They execute the defensive play right there as Weimer comes up with the bunt, throws it over to Taylor at first, and that will bring up the number 9 hitter, Dallas Jakowski. He was Weimer's first strikeout victim and was the first guy that Weimer faced. So he has been through the order now. So we're going to miss. Not catching up on that pitch at all.
No, like I said, he's missed a lot of bats in this ball game.
Right. Pitch in. Ooh, okay, we'll take that one. Called strike 2. I think the Tri-West fans have something to holler about there. I'm not sure. It looked better down there than it did up here.
Just
Ball
a little inside.
Yep. The top of the order stands waiting for Tri-West here.
Wow.
Just outside. And that gets the Crawfordsville fans up and growling. As we mentioned, all we ask is this. The same pitch gets called the same way every time it comes across. Low? No. Strike 3. Boy. In the big picture, Coach, I'll take what we got. I think, I'll take the call.
Well,
I'll take the called third
I
strike.
think you got the count right.
The first baseman.
Okay.
Pitches in the wrong order.
Okay. Yep. 5 pitches and 3 strikes are there. So that is 6 strikeouts now for Weimer. First pitch fouled. Coons, as you saw, searching the sky. I don't know if anybody else saw it either. Nobody was yelling to him. They may have known how far out of play it was. This is the top or the leadoff hitter in the batting order, Loniger. 0 for 2.
Oh yeah.
Swings at one in the dirt.
Down
0-2.
I mean, I don't want to run full count, but I definitely don't want to throw this guy a strike. He swung a lot of pitches out of the zone tonight.
Yes. Yeah, well, he hit the first pitch, swung at 3 in a row, and has now swung at one of these 2. Weimer got away with one there. If it gets caught. Oh, he didn't see it. Nobody saw it.
Wow.
Of course he couldn't get to it, and
It's the second time this year that's happened to us in left field. Different left fielder, but
right.
You can't see it out there.
Yeah. So
well, it's not dark enough yet. It's in between zone.
Yep. And that with 2 outs, that meant that Rockwell was running on contact, so he scored easily.
Yep.
So that turns us into a 5-4 ball game. So a ball that could have, I'm not going to say should have, could have been caught.
Well,
The pitcher,
I just said it though. I think that we threw that ball too close to the strike zone.
Well, the same thing.
I mean,
yeah,
we should have.
0-2.
That was pitcher's pitch there, and he didn't make a pitcher's pitch.
Well,
Foul ball. Thank you very much.
That's
Oh,
a foul ball. That hit the bat. They hit the bat at the end of the. Discussion going on with Coach Moats. He's trying to see if he can ask for some help, and the home plate umpire is going to go out
happen,
there.
Yeah.
Because the ball
He won't change
definitely
it. It's not going to change.
No, because the ball definitely hit the end of the bat. Because a ball cannot hit an elbow or an arm and bounce that far without breaking something. There's a little discussion. They're going to bring it back. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Well, that was one I wasn't expecting.
No, I wasn't. I thought that would have been that way either. Because,
yeah.
And
you know, well, you know what? There's not a lot of squawking going on here from the Tri-West guys, so I think they know that was what was going on in the first place. So anyway, well, Ross now has an 0-2 count.
Well, credit that umpire for making that call, and he's a long way out there. That's the reason why.
Yep.
And again, it's another one of those calls like the check swing that you just don't get much at this level.
No. But, you know, sometimes when it, you know, if it looks like a duck and sounds like a duck, it might have been a duck because, you know, the ball bounced, pitch in the dirt. That ball bounced so far away. I mean, there's no way a pitched ball hits a batter. It doesn't hit a body and bounce that far away. And also, it sounded. You could hear it. You could hear it hit the ting.
If it was him, he'd be jumping up and down.
Oh, I'd be crying.
Runner
go. Now that's
in
the dirt. So he was breaking. That's kind of one of those, you know, and the ball's in the dirt, so it evens the count, you know.
Well, tie and run on second base, Jeff.
That's the big part right now. Whether you call it a wild pitch or a stolen base doesn't make any difference. The truest statistical is that the wild pitch takes the stolen base away, although he was going to make second without any problems. So now the Athenians have got to work on this.
That's going to
Foul
go
ball,
out
out of play. Into the rocks behind the dugout. Count stays at 2-2. Kai Ross is the number 2 hitter in the Tri-West batting order. 0 for 2 on the day with a called strikeout.
Henry apparently saw that ball pretty good. He got a good break. We just had no room to make a play. But
ran out of real estate.
One by him. Well, out up there.
Up and out. 7th pitch coming now as Ross has worked this to a full count. Coons calls timeout.
Yeah, we're going to have a
little confab.
Yep. Yeah, we need to. There we go. Mr. Corsi was left out for a while.
Yeah. Well, I think part of it was also making sure that they knew what their signals were with a runner on second base. Here comes the full 3-2 pitch.
Centerfield.
Yep.
Andrews looks like
should have this. This is right at him.
Boy, he just had a lot of trouble seeing that ball too.
Yeah. That's
tough guy out there.
Tough guy. One run, 2 hits. There were no Athenian errors. And there's a runner left at second base. So let's get Weimer's count here. 3. And 7 makes 10, 16, 18, 23. So Weimer now sits at 54 pitches. So my question, Coach, is on the, let's see, there is no game tomorrow, obviously, because I had thought that the Benton Central Covington thing, that's next weekend. So there's nothing tomorrow, but Saturday we've got
Lebanon.
We've got another Sagamore Conference matchup with Lebanon.
But the weather forecast is not good.
Is iffy. Yeah. So now we're going to get into a pitch count scenario because Corsi's done. He's done for 3 days because he threw 96 pitches. So he can't pitch Saturday no matter what happens. Weimer is going to get to that spot pretty quickly. So probably means Coons on Saturday, right?
Mm-hmm.
Would that be
yeah, oh, yeah, I would think so.
Taylor started this first game, and he only threw.
Yeah, he's available.
He only threw 23 pitches, so he could pitch again. He could pitch literally tomorrow. 35 is the number.
Yes.
Is the number on that. So Coach could go back to him, and he's got Coons. So, and it's just a single game scheduled for Saturday. So, Lord only knows what happens if it rains. If that pushes stuff into Monday, or because I know that there are. Let me get the schedule. I know I got the Crawfordsville schedule here. Oh, that's Tri-West. Do not. I can sing along with some little karaoke music here. The guys upstairs were playing stuff right out of the olden era. That's last week. Yeah, Lebanon Saturday. Oh, Southmont next week. Southmont Tuesday, Wednesday. So that's the conference. That's the conference setup. So Monday is open if they would have to do something with a makeup game. Crawfordsville up here, top of 5. This is Victor, excuse me.
Well,
first pitch out.
Young man still on the mound out there.
Yep. Yeah, they have been with Ross. Well, Ross just got the last out of the 4th inning and is now facing his second guy. 2-0 here.
He just need to get to work at the plate here and come up with a little insurance.
Yeah. There was plenty of insurance in the first inning, and that has all gone away. 4 runs in the first has now been equaled, and the run in the second inning is now the only difference between the home squad Crawfordsville team, called strike, and the guys from over in the Liston neck of the woods, Tri-West. While I was looking at that, wait and see what this next pitch coming in. Foul ball into the fence. Tri-West has got, they've got looks like a Saturday game. Nope, hold on. They got Western Boone.
There
Saturday.
we go.
Into the hole.
Yeah.
No doubt a base hit on that one. The Crawfordsville softball team down 10-1 in the 3rd. Thank you, Austin.
The third baseman, Cale Corsi.
Of course, he's been hitting the ball a lot lately to the right side. Let's see what happens. Oh, what?
Wow.
He turned that one loose.
Hit the mascot there. That was the wildest of wild pitches. Moves Victor up to second. Corsi has reached base on a fielder's choice and scored in the first inning, grounded out to first base.
Oh, good bunt.
There's a good bunt. Somebody's got to cover. There's the cover from second base. So the sacrifice moves a runner to third. Sacrifice goes 1-4. Victor moves to third base. Corsi executes.
Left fielder Bryce
Dowell doubled and drove in a run in the first, struck out looking in the third. Yeah, as Coach mentioned, this is a spot the Athenians need this run. Called strike.
Well, I think we're looking at quite a few LOBs again in this ball game.
1-2-5 so far. Foul ball out of play. Tri-West. Oh, excuse me. Another foul ball.
Look out, girls.
Yep. Yep, that one broke back in on him and called strike 3. So that's the difference between looking at junior varsity pitching and varsity pitching. Sometimes
Yeah.
you know he thought you may be putting that one, he may be wearing that one between the 3 and the 4, and it goes in for a called third strike. So there's ball 1. And Coach, in between batters or in between innings, we've got a we've got a very, very long distance hello that we have to acknowledge.
One of the records, China.
It's not that.
Oh, okay.
It's not that.
We appreciate them all.
We do. Yep. This one's not overseas, but you can see the ocean from this guy's house. So, because I've been in it. Up and up, 3-0. This is Weimer.
We'll put him
He'll
on
walk.
first.
Yep. So the pitcher can't drive in that run, but we'll still keep the inning alive with a walk. And that's going to bring up Keegan Abney. Keegan grounded out and then got hit by a pitch. Eventually got to third. Here is courtesy runner. Oh, that's right. We can courtesy run for Weimer now that he's the pitcher. Austin, who's
Runner at first base is number 20, Caden Underwood.
Caden Underwood. Thank you, Dave Rayner.
Oh, do you suppose we could get another one to the backstop here? Like one he turned
Anything.
loose?
Yeah.
Keegan Abney.
Anything is possible.
Ooh,
Keegan
popped
puts
it
the
to
first one
infield.
up into play.
Oh, wait, look out now. Oh, he's
Right
going to
field.
get there.
Oh,
He
he
dropped the ball.
dropped it. He dropped
Holy
it.
mackerel.
Keegan, oh, and Keegan's
he had
gonna,
it out in
Keegan's
second.
going to leg it out. He's going to leg it out. Well, sorry, Keegan, we cannot give you that hit. That's an E9, but we can sure give you the RBI. So he moves to second. Courtesy runner Underwood moves to third. Victor
Back
scores.
to the top of the order.
And Andrew Martin, who has reached base 3 times but still doesn't have a hit.
Yeah, hit here drives
Ooh,
too.
a hit here makes a lot of smiling faces in the Martin household. Outside.
Say nothing to the Athenian dugout.
That's exactly right. Yep. Well, Andrew's dad is. I don't think he's missed a pitch. I know Jesse is over here. He's over here somewhere because he and I have talked many times.
Yeah, Jesse Martin, an old
Just
Southmont
down.
player.
No, former Athenian.
Former Athenian.
That's another.
I'm thinking it. Yeah, I know.
Yes.
I got you.
There you go. Yep. Nope, that's an honest mistake. Very honest mistake. No, Jesse played on some of the really, really good Crawfordsville baseball.
Here we go.
teams. There's that wild pitch you were wondering about. So there we go. Ball 3. And Underwood gets his name in the scorebook. So Andrew's only got 1 RBI to possibly get, but that's still out there.
Well,
he'll be taken all the way here.
It's 3-0, and we take another base runner here.
Yep. Yeah, because Austin Motes is he's not exactly a slouch hitter either. That was inside last time, but that's automatic today. 3-1. The umpires are going to be getting cold, too. The strike zones will widen out a little bit here. That one's too high. So Andrew continues he's perfect. 4 times up, 4 times on base. He's only 0 for 1 batting. This will bring up Austin Motes. He has scored twice, reached on a fielder's choice in the first, scored.
Well,
walked,
I think we're going to
scored.
run this first and third.
I would, yeah.
It may not be on the first pitch.
Yeah.
I think you look to put a little pressure on him here.
Not on this pitch. Called strike.
Austin was taking all the way there.
Yep. Well, and Andrews certainly got the speed to steal a base here if that's what they elect to do. There he goes.
Oh,
puts
shoot.
it in play. Foul ball.
Tag on it.
Yep.
Definitely had that made.
Oh, he had. There wouldn't even have been a throw there. Well, of course, with Keegan on, with Abney on third base, there probably wouldn't have been a throw. But no, Andrew had that base stolen.
I wouldn't mind seeing the pitch in that same zone. Austin handles that ball pretty well.
Yep.
He's having a little trouble with the ball. It's kind of up a little and not that high. But
That was off speed up.
the letter high pitch seems to be giving Austin some trouble.
Okay. Needs one down around the belt.
Runner.
There goes Martin. Boom. That's
Pitch
inside.
loose. Run scores.
Yep,
Martin
yep.
can make it to third.
Oh, whoa. No. I got to.
Hit batter.
Austin got hit.
Hit batter.
Yep. Austin got hit. Okay. So that takes away the wild pitch and the run scored. But it does put him at first base. Martin was moving, so again he has a potential stolen base taken away, but the bases are loaded now for Crawfordsville, and Henry Taylor, who certainly has the ability to do some damage, swings and misses on this one. Taylor has walked twice, scored once, reached on a fielder's choice also. Ooh!
I got him.
So that was a no doubter. That hit him right in the middle of everything. So Taylor gets an RBI the hard way. Moats to second. Martin to third. Keegan Abney with a run scored. 3 runs in this inning, and the Athenians have put that insurance up that Coach was talking about. And a whole lot of this, Coach, is damage done with 2 outs.
Yeah. And
Walk.
self-inflicted
Yeah.
as far as Tri-West. Yeah.
Here comes Coach Abney as he. I'm looking at.
I got you.
I'm looking at Keegan's dad down here, Terry Abney, and Coach Oppie. I was talking with Terry between games when we were off the air about men's softball here in Crawfordsville, so we were doing some planning about that. Keegan just scored, so I'm old, so that's the best excuse I come up with.
Maybe freshman Brady White coming into the ball game to pitch.
Okay, was that
number 16?
16, I believe that's right. There are 2 16s on this Tri-West roster, so we'll just have to be careful.
Oh yeah, there is a Chase Holland. You know what?
Well, hang on a second. Let me go back. I have a picture of the batting order. There can't be two 16s on the lineup card that was turned in.
They're both freshmen.
Hold on.
And I think maybe this is Chase Holland.
Well. They didn't list the subs.
Okay.
So we may just have to see if Dave yells down to the umpire and says, which 16 is it?
Well, look.
Well, you know what else we can do? Let's do this. Let's think smarter, not harder.
Well, Brady White was the catcher.
Yep.
In game 1.
The new pitcher for Tri-West is number 16, Chase Holland.
Chase Holland. Had to be, yeah.
Yep. Although he has not logged an appearance.
Okay.
So this will be his first time in.
Well, I don't want to wish him bad luck, but
no.
I tell you what, we're in a position here to put this ball game.
Yeah.
I won't say on ice, but it could get real comfortable.
Yeah. So anyway, and you said he's a freshman, right?
He is.
Both number 16s are freshmen. So this is Holland. So he is literally making his first high school varsity appearance. This is his first high school pitch, and he'll be facing Caleb Coons. What was I saying? Last time around, he was the first guy to face Ross. So he's our welcoming committee, I guess.
Well,
1 hit, and a walk and a
he
run
ripped
scored.
the ball the last time
Yes,
and
he
didn't get
sure
anything
did.
out of it.
Yeah, he hit the ball as hard as you
I'd
can
take
hit
the
it.
same one in that right center field gap or left center field gap.
Yep. It's a called strike.
Yeah, man threw the ball pretty hard there for a freshman.
Sure did. Well, the good part of it for him is he's got 2 outs, so he doesn't have to. He's not in a big pickle here. He's just got to get this guy. You know, that's what he needs right now. He needs to.
Oh, he can't lose the ball game.
Yeah, he's got to throw strike. You got to throw strikes and get this guy just in.
Good job by Caleb.
Yeah.
Taking that pitch
Yeah.
was inside, but it was fairly close.
Yep.
Oh, get over
Oh,
his
it
head.
takes a hop.
No.
hop. Is it going to get? Nope. Right to the shortstop.
Good job by the shortstop
That sure
out there.
was. It sure was.
Because that ball
The Athenians scored
really didn't
3
come up
runs
very
on
good
1
for him.
hit, aided by 1 error and leave 3.
So that is another 3 spot left for Crawfordsville. 3, 6, 7. That's 8 runners left on base. But Crawfordsville scores 3 runs on a hit, a couple of walks, 2 hit batters, and that error as we talked about. So, all right, now back to my in between here. Tim Janaris.
All right.
Tim Janaris is out in Huntington Beach, California, and he says, I'm listening to the Athenians on YouTube, and he says they are looking good so far. Well, Tim, you're absolutely right. This team has improved, coach, and this is they've improved an immense amount since the first game or two of the season.
Well, I think so.
You know.
Yep. Well, one of the areas, I think we can point to several, but one of the areas is base running. Now, we did get ourselves caught in a jam situation when 2 runners were occupying the same area. But by and large, we've cut the base running mistakes down big time.
Yes.
We've had some ball games where we've given away maybe 3, 4 outs on the bases that were really unnecessary outs.
Nope, you're 100% right. And I look here, Coach, we've got the Athenians have got 1 error this game, and that's right. It was an error-free game. It was an error-free game 1. So that just spells so much difference, gigantic. So anyway, last thing back. Special hello to Tim and out in Huntington Beach, California. I know it's a lot warmer down along the Pacific Coast Ocean than it is here. So Tim, hope things are going well. Say hi to your mom and dad the next time you talk to them. So anyway, back to baseball here.
Did I ever tell you what the record is on the webcast?
Well, you just said China. I'm going to guess. Unless you had somebody
I'm gonna
called
think
from the moon.
This was in our very first year, I believe, 2000.